Oh, this car sounds awesome, even with the stock exhaust. The Mark V Toyota GR Supra sounds fantastic, stock. Or does it? And I say that because the sounds you hear aren't entirely accurate. They're not, they're lying to you. The Supra, like a lot of cars nowadays, has what's called ASD, active sound design. And what that is doing is pumping in some fake exhaust engine noise into the cabin. So although it sounds great, not all of it is real. And for some of you, that really drives you nuts. That's a trigger. You don't want that. You want to definitely hear all of the real sounds of the engine and the exhaust. And I get it. That totally makes sense, especially if you're looking to upgrade your downpipe or your catback exhaust or both. You want to know what it sounds like together without any fake noises being pumped into the cabin. And considering in our last video, we used BimmerCode to code out or alter some features of this car, a lot of you will want to know if disabling the ASD actually makes a real impact. Can you hear it? Will you be able to hear the difference? Now, you could disable the ASD by unplugging the cable, but you can also disable the ASD, again, the active sound design, using BimmerCode by going into the coding, the ECU, and disabling that. And that's what we're going to do today. So if you're interested in finding out if there is a difference, then stay tuned. We're going to do these in sport mode. We're going to see, I mean, that's where you have the most engine noise, right? And probably will have the most artificial noise being pumped into the cabin. Oh, that sounds good. Sounds good to me. I like what I hear. But it will be interesting to see if in disabling the ASD, if it's actually noticeable. All right, that's been in sport mode. So we're gonna take our OBD link CX and we're gonna connect this to our OBD connection, which is on the left side of the steering wheel underneath. I already have the BimmerCode app on my phone. I am going to disable Wi-Fi. I'm going to put it in airplane mode. I'm going to lock the screen so it doesn't go to sleep. So set it up so that we don't have any issues. I'm now connecting through the Bluetooth of the phone to the OBD Link CX. I'll put the car in diagnostic mode. Quickly press the start-stop button 3 times. And that chime, as well as the visual in the dash, indicates that we're in diagnostic mode. So I'm going to go open the app. You can either pick the BMW Z4 or pick Toyota Supra. We'll pick Toyota Supra. Reading VIN, so it's communicating with your ECU. It took maybe 60 seconds. Under control units, so the top level screens that pop up right at the top, active sound design. We'll click on the active sound design deactivation. It is the only option. We'll click deactivated. We'll go back out, and at the top right, we'll press code. Coding successful. So I don't know, what was that? More than 10 seconds, less than 20 seconds. We're gonna disconnect. You can remove your OBD Link CX. You don't need to leave this connected. So let's start the car. That actually did sound a little different. Let's drive it. We're in sport mode. actually think I noticed a difference. And I don't know if I actually like it. I liked all that other noise. At least we know this is the real Toyota GR Supra. I will tell you that I don't always start the car in sports mode. It's 50-50. But if I were to keep this disabled, the ASD disabled, I might code it in to always have the car start in sport mode. Oh, this car is going to get me in trouble. So what do you think? Do you notice a difference? I really feel like I do. And so much so, I think I'm going to reactivate it using BimmerCode and drive it again and see if we can really do a before and after a before. All right, I recoded the active sound design, so now it's activated again. Let's start it up. I think that's different. Let's go test it out. Oh yeah, it's noticeable. Wow, that is a big difference. I have to say, I'm surprised. What do you think? Is that a good thing, a bad thing? Would you disable it or would you keep it enabled? I love it though. I kind of like it. I know it's not real, and I will tell you that if I get an exhaust for this car, I'm going to disable it so I can see how the exhaust sounds, or I can hear how the exhaust sounds. What's interesting about this is, like I said, I don't always have it in sport mode because this sounds loud. And I always think that outside the car, it sounds loud too. And in reality, it doesn't. So I'm all nervous that starting in sport mode is increasing the volume outside of the car. That's just not the case. I think it's significant. I think it's noticeable. I don't know that I care. Tell me what you think. One, did you notice it in the video? Have you done the deactivation of the ASD either with BimmerCode or mechanically by disabling the cable? What do you like? Do you like having that fake noise pumped into the cabin of the car? Or do you feel better disabling it, knowing that everything you hear is the legitimate sound, the true Toyota GR Supra? Let me know in the comments below. But with that said, I think we're done for today. Thank you very much for joining, and until next time.